I'm the kind of person that if it ain't right, let's get rid of it. That's just, I don't care what side it is. I don't care if it's Democrat, Republican. You know, my mother used to say something when we used to be, I had 3 younger sisters and we'd be fighting, and we used to say, well, you on his side or her side? And she said, no, I'm on the side of right. I'm always going to stand on the side of right. And that's kind of what's in me. So
Are you gonna make that call?
Make that call? What do you mean?
On the phone, you're going to call?
No, I mean, I don't know Mike like that. And that's
doesn't make it different. He called himself a Republican. You are the vice chair of the Republican Party. Seems like to me you ought to make that call.
Well, no, that's not my call to make, and that's
whose call is it to make?
You know, it's not my call to make. You know, that's not my position and what I'm in here to do, and I have to stay focused on what I'm here to do.
Now that sounds like a. I mean, if the position has no power and no authority, then why have it?
Well, I didn't say it didn't have any power, didn't have any authority. I just said that my focus, what I came in here to do, I'm going to stay focused. You can get, go down rabbit trails and lose your way.
Well, that's not really a rabbit trail. That impugns the whole Republican Party.
Listen, that's going to go through the legal system. We'll see how it works out. But if anything proves to be true, then the shoe will fall where it needs to fall. Yeah.
You ain't whipping out of that one, are you?
No, I ain't whipping out.
Okay. Good morning, caller. You on air?
Hello.
Yes. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning.
Yeah, you asked the question, what 2 things that we had in the past that we don't have today. A strong spirit is present, and a struggle was I would think that you were speaking of.
Okay, you're close. You got one of them right.
He's very close.
You got one of them right, though. You got one of them right, and you're absolutely right. But there's one other thing that was always been there, no matter where we have found ourselves as Black Americans. And but I appreciate it, and thanks for holding for so long to tell me that. But you're almost there. Good morning. You're on air.
Good morning, everyone. This is Dennis Latham.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask Troy Towns a question. I hear you speak of righteousness. What do you do about people in your party, the Republican Party, who claim to be Christians? They come out of their mouth saying they're Christians, but they celebrate people in the past who were definitely not Christians. I mean, people who were just not Christian at all, and they did horrible things through their lives.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 or 2 examples, sir, if you don't mind.
And don't give me a whole long. Just be direct, Dennis. I mean, just ask them what you want to ask them.
That's what I'm doing, Kevin.
Yeah, but you're going. Yeah, who you talking about? I mean, let's get down to it.
I mean, I can give you one prime example. George Washington, for instance, he's been said throughout the right-wing party that he was a devout Christian, but he never released his slaves. He turned them over to his wife before he died.
Are we really going way back to George Washington, brother?
I asked for one. I gave you one. You got to allow me to talk with the guests?
No, listen. He got nothing to do with George Washington.
Well, sir, can I just one quick thing to the gentleman? And, it's a fair question. I appreciate it. Well, I will say when you go back and look at the founders, they were definitely, if you really do an in-depth study, they were definitely Christian, but they were not perfect. And I think we could say that about all of us. We could go back and find things in our lives. I know I'm a believer. I got up early this morning and I was repenting about some things. So, I mean, I'm a believer, but it doesn't mean that I'm perfect. But if I want you to also go and do a study and look at the Democratic Party, look at your party, and look at the history of the lynchings and every single thing that every progress that the Republicans tried to bring forth for the blacks in this country, going back the original first 150 years of our existence, it was Democrats that blocked it, including LBJ blocking the civil rights legislation that he eventually ended up signing. So I think do some studying, and I think you're going to find some things balanced out on that.
Good morning, caller. You on air?